You know, in the course of making content here on this channel, I know that I have spoken about the G spot, the A spot, the C spot, and it's just so amazing because it seems like women's bodies are an entire alphabet of sensitive areas. There are so many that it's nearly impossible to know them all. And guess what? Today we're talking about another spot called the U spot, which might not be a spot that you're familiar with, even if you've accidentally stimulated it in the past. So we're going to learn about this sensitive spot called the U spot, how to stimulate it, and ways to incorporate U spot play into your sex life. Let's get it done and dust it right now. But first, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a video here, and also like this video, because when you like this video, it helps me reach out to the world, to a larger world. I want this family to build. We want to hit the 200 subscribers milestone, okay? Anyways, let's get right into it. Poop. So, I know the question in your mind is, where is the damn U spot? Now, finding the U spot isn't hard. It's not like as deep as finding the G spot or the A spot or the C spot. Is there an O spot? I'm sure there is an O spot. I don't know, but it's very easy. It's not going to be hard for you if you're familiar with your anatomy, all right? Now, the U spot is an area that many women find sensitive. It can be found in the erectile tissue around your urethra. That's the hole from which urine comes out from. So the location of your U spot in relation to your urethra is pretty specific. Let's say this is the urethra. This is the labia majora, right? This is how it looks like when you look at it from the top. So it's basically above and to either side of your urethra. All right, basically the U spot is an upside down U shape. And like the G spot, the U spot can actually be part of the underlying anatomy of the clitoris. Even though many people think of the clitoris as the glands and the hood, which are the most visible and noticeable, but there is an entire structure that lies beneath that surface that you can't see without some medical machinery. And of course, this sensitive spot may just be one part of the area where you can more easily stimulate the structure that lies just below the surface of your body. So how do you stimulate your U spot? Unlike the G spot, which can sometimes need intense stimulation to respond by squirting or by orgasming, the U spot is incredibly sensitive. Some women even discover that direct stimulation of the U spot might even be uncomfortable for them. And if that's the case, then it's advisable that you opt for stimulation simply by passing your finger, your toy, or any part of your partner's body softly over the U spot. You don't want to poke at it. And your technique should be about grazing the surface. So you could try using soft circle, you know, with your finger or toy. Use plenty of lube so that, you know, things remain comfortable, because it's that pinkish part that you're concentrating on. Now, because of the U spot's tendency to be too sensitive, you might prefer stimulation from your partner's tongue or even the head of his joystick, because it's a lot softer. All he needs to just do is simply rub the U spot from left to right along the U shape and, you know, back. This gives a lot more broad sensation than that pokey or potentially uncomfortable sensation when you do it dry on the skin. So use lube, or in same way you can turn a toy to the side instead of using the pointed end if you want to try vibration on your U spot. So when your partner is stimulating your U spot, it's important that you are vocal about what you like. You simply should direct him to be more gentle or move to the side, but you don't need to grin or bear anything that doesn't feel good. So if your lover tends to be more aggressive, or you typically need more pressure on other spots, it's very essential for you to adjust the technique that you or your partner are using in stimulating your U spot. Another way that your U spot differs from your G spot is that sex might not be the best way to stimulate it. So thrusting during sex might not hit the U spot. the way it does with the G-spot, or it might not even provide the right type of stimulation for the sensation to happen. But here is a word of caution. Aside from being gentle while exploring your G-spot, you will also want to make sure that your hands are clean. If you accidentally introduce bacteria into your urethra, which could happen when playing so close to it, you could get a urinary tract infection, and these infections could cause pain and inflammation, which will make it difficult for you to urinate. All right, so one way to prevent this is to have your partner wear a glove over his hands or wear a condom over his joystick to prevent UTIs, or better still, wash their hands properly before they go down, touching that place. You could even use a condom with your toy for the same reason, because it's easy to get UTIs from your toy. Now, just before I go, you need to take home this fact that even though the U-spot can be a source of pleasure for some women, it isn't for other women or for every woman. So it's fine if you don't feel anything with your partner stimulating your U-spot, or even if you specifically dislike the sensation, it's okay. Everybody is different when it comes to pleasure. In fact, there are no papers that prove, the existence of the U-spot. Remember, the G-spot has been studied for years, and there's still contention around its existence. Although sex educators like myself recommend that you go searching for your G-spot, and many women have discovered the sensitivity of this spot. So if you're not one of those people, then there is no need to fret that you don't find sensation or pleasure from your U-spot being stimulated. Maybe over time, when you keep stimulating it and getting to feel the pleasure from it, you might like it, okay? Alternatively, you could focus on other parts of your body that can be very sensitive and receptive to touch, which could be the clitoris, the G-spot, the A-spot. And in case you don't know about the A-spot, here's a link. Check it out there on how to find the A-spot. The A-spot is also known as the anterior fornix erogenous zone. It's basically located on the front wall of your coochie. It's located deep inside your coochie. You just need to keep going past your G-spot with a toy or with your partner's joystick if they're long enough, or if their fingers are also long enough, and you will find the zone. Even though it's unlikely for you to experience orgasm from U-spot stimulation, at least some doctors have claimed that you could achieve, orgasm when you stimulate your A-spot. That's if you know how to locate your A-spot. And then you could also get pleasure from your perineum. Your perineum is the bit of flesh between your Juicypot and the back door. Both men and women can experience pleasure from stimulating their perineums, all right? You could press into it with the pad of your fingers or your knuckles. You could experiment while you have your toy or your joystick in your Juicypot. And lastly, your nips are another sensitive zone. So if you don't find pleasure with your U-spot, you can find pleasure with your nips. And I do have a video up here where I taught the men how to fondle and cause nips orgasm. Check it right here. Check it right here, guys. If you don't watch anything on this channel, guys, check it. Because some of you don't know how to play with a twin tower, honestly. So check it out there, all right? Until I come your way very soon, do have a blessed day. Mwah.